Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to ATI, the car shipping business channel. My name is Jay. You know, my goal every Tuesday night is to bring you another trade show level business presentation to you wherever you are, because your automotive business deserves the latest in transportation news. And if you're busy, and I know you are, you can skip ahead. In a minute, I'm going to give the welcome show lineup. You're going to know what to expect. If you're watching on demand, you can click the time code links below in the video description. Please leave a comment. Remember to like, share, tell your friends. Thanks for watching ATI. Do you purchase cars online that you can't see, or that you can only partially see, or the pictures are blurry, maybe there's just half a car, it's dusk, it's midnight, that's all we could get? I'm not kidding when I tell you there are still dealers and auctions posting pictures like that of vehicles for sale, negatively affecting profits and buyers. So why? Consistent images, details, throughput, labor savings, buyer confidence, digital sales, and revenue. Are you ready to capture more with Black Widow imaging? That's tonight's show, featuring Darren Kemper, COO, and Jason Hauk, CEO of Black Widow Imaging. And in the live panel, we've got Steve Gertsch, Auto Auction of Montana, Matt Pedersen, Lake Charles Auto Auction, and Tim Scoutelas of Max Digital, plus, of course, Thompson of Cars on the Move. So please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. ATI. This is the car shipping business channel. It is Tuesday night. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. Hey, if it's your first time here, please do feel welcome. This is a safe space. You know, Auto Transport Intel is for everybody in automotive. All right, OEMs, auctions, dealers, carriers, brokers, dispatchers, services, technology, you name it. I want you to feel welcome, and I want you to feel like you can say hello in the live chat. You see people jumping in the live chat, saying hello, and then you can share company information if you're looking for help, if you're looking for something. Mic check 1 2 3. How's the seems a little light there. Let's bump that audio up. Mic check 1 2. I don't know why it does that. It just does. And then later on, when the audio's blasting, just let me know. At the quarter hour, we're going to go into industry news. And thank you so much, Chris. I have a hard time not ringing the super chat cowbell. Thank you, Chris. I really do appreciate it. We'll come back to that too. Quarter hour industry news. Front of the store, back of the store. What's being talked about? Party in the port. What was that? That was Friday. We'll talk about all that stuff. You know, Ty loves Black Widow imaging, and he's not afraid to tell you all about it. So he's here with us. And he's going to help me introduce Darren Kemper is the COO. He's going to give us the rundown of benefits in case you missed it, in case you will sprinkle it throughout the show. We'll have Jason Hauk, CEO of Black Widow Imaging, just to drive that home. And then testimonials in the panel, Steve Gertsch at Auto Auction of Montana, and Matt Pedersen at Lake Charles Auto Auction. Also, we have Tim Scoutelas, Max Digital is here with us. So we have a full plate. Once again, you're going to want to get comfortable. And if you're listening to the podcast, man, you could drive all night listening to this show. We've got it all. Do me a favor. Please do help me out. You can leave a like. Thank you so much for doing that. You can click share, click copy, get the word out. We'll talk about why I need your help. Please do help me get the word out. Share this, even with just one friend. I do appreciate it. It helps. And also, you can go to autotransportintel.com, click on sign up. Do you know somebody that's starting out, asking questions? Are they doing it wrong? Right? Hey, what's up, Mark? Mark ringing the super chat cowbell. Thank you so much, Mark. Mark at SUPERFLO Systems. We got Larry questions coming up. You've got PROABD, right? It's 2 months later. Is your stuff still sitting at the end of the sidewalk? Check out PROABDCRM.com. Are you trying to give quotes in the middle of the night? TransportAutoQuoter.com. I'll tell you what, here's what I need you to do, friends. Do me a favor. Stick around. We're going to be right back after this. I'm going to jump into the live chat. I want to talk to you.
The ACV Transportation team is always looking to expand our network to safe and reliable carriers. As an ACV carrier, there are many perks that allow us to become one of the fastest growing carrier partners in the nation. ACV carriers have access to our job board with thousands of new jobs listed every day. You do not need to pay for access, and every job listed is exclusive to our carrier partners. Interested in a job? While you stage a job on the job board, no other carriers have visibility to that job for 15 minutes, giving you the time to make the best decisions for your business. Get paid within 1 to 2 business days. Our jobs are exclusively dealer to dealer, which means no more walking in large auction lots to find the vehicle you're looking for. Be one of the thousands of carriers who grew their business in partnership with ACV.
And a jammin' horn section. Dealer transportation, peace of mind. Carriers pick up, deliver, get paid on time. Join the nationwide network at acvauctions.com/ATI. Sign up with Carrier by ACV Transportation. Links are in the live chat. Yeah, I see the comments rolling in. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. I got to roll it up to the back, the top. Back to number. Everybody, back to 1, everybody. John, LAI Auto Transport says, good evening all. What's up, John? Kimberly is here. Welcome to Tuesday Nights Live. Let us know if it is your first time. Say hello in the live chat. Ask your questions. Share your info. Please do it. We want to help. Whatever it is. Maybe you're super jazzed about some equipment you saw. You had some street tacos that everybody's got to know about. The weather's bad. Maybe you're at the Canadian convoy. I see you in there, Vistaga. Roberto Hernandez is here. What's up, Roberto? Thanks for saying hello. Roberto is also with Black Widow. We got Black Widow. If you got a Black Widow question anytime during the show, after the show, in 5 years, put it in the comments below. Vlad is here. What's up, Vlad? Matthew Bryant is here. Look at this dude. No, I'm reading Vlad's comment. Matthew Bryant, what's going on? I'm B. I'm back. You're back. Sarah Scrantz is here. Also Black Widow in the live chat. Thank you so much, Sarah. And Vistaga, powered by Pedersen, says hello. Oh, Super Dispatch is here. Good evening, ATI. Ben at Super Dispatch. What's up, Ben? Chris Chamberlain, hey. Painful fuel days, $93 for 24 gallons. And adding it up. Thanks for letting us know, Chris. Now, there's a good use of the live chat. There you go. Thank you so much. What's up, Silver Mint? Mark Grodicke, of course, is here. Gulf Coast Trucking, what's going on, Gulf Coast? Thanks for saying hello. And John is driving all night. Be back driving back to D.C. All right. Well, John made the carrier on the move. He's in industry news. John, you made the news, buddy. Let's see. Okay, Vistaga, am I going to comment on the Canada Freedom Convoy? I love the question. No. So, there's a couple things I don't do. Number one, I don't do, if I see a story everywhere, I don't do it. Because everybody else has already done it. I will if it's totally specific to like inventory, car hauling. But the Canadian convoy, by the way, what could I say? Right? I don't know what to say other than, go freedom. Right? But things have gotten so strange. I think I probably agree with the convoy. I don't know what you do, though. I don't know. But thank you for asking, man. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. It's not that kind of show. That's what Ty and I say. What's up, Ty? Mark at SUPERFLO, been thinking about you. Yeah, man, give him a call. You know, Ty has been out on the road a lot. Do you think about a million things when you're driving? I do. Yeah, right? You're thinking about your friends, your network, what you're working on, your wins, your losses, the Canadian border convoy. What else we got up in here? Tommy Whitmore. Hey, Tommy and Tammy in Tampa. What's going on? Thank you guys. And, here we go. Almost missed it. Jeez. ATI. Ty's in the super chat. ATI's going global. So, Ty, that's also in the news, too. And you aren't going to want to miss it. Somebody asked a question on YouTube. You are going to want to know what they asked. I found it surprising. Well, not really. It was validating is what it was. Thank you all for your help with getting me on the road. That's awesome, man. Well, we love hearing from you. That's the thing, is if we have helped you, so we usually shine the spotlight on, can we help you? Well, if we have helped you, yeah, let us know. That's awesome. Keep us posted. All right, let's do this. We got the industry news coming up next. We're going to shut down the live chat in 5, 4, 3, 2. I'll tell you what, industry news is up next. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.
Transport Auto Quoter is by far the leading auto quoting software on the market, and the only auto quoter with a pro version that comes preset with accurate pricing for anywhere in the U.S. So you don't have to worry about it. The best part is that no change with your current software is needed. Just plug TAQ in and start booking jobs. Carriers can easily plug TAQ into their current websites and start making money right away. I bet you're wondering how we do this instantly and accurately 24/7. Well, constant analytics is the key. Our PriceWatch team is constantly monitoring current market conditions, paying close attention to seasonal and quick-moving industry changes. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of time and data to maintain good pricing, time that most of us just don't have on a daily basis. So free yourself up. Using TAQ Pro is really a no-brainer. Save time and money, maximizing your leads and optimizing your online investments. You'll finally be able to sleep well at night knowing that TAQ is on the job selling for you 24/7. Never missing a potential job.
Do you need an auto shipping quote and broker software you can trust and rely on? Provide instant, accurate quotes online with Transport Auto Quoter by SUPERFLO Systems and move with PROABD CRM. Visit superflowsystems.com. Let's see here. What do we got? We're in the live chat. We have more information, links, etc. Yeah, exactly. Well said. That's the only real. It's funny you say that, because you know what I was thinking, and I see Vlad. Vlad's from the Ukraine. Thank you. Posting that. I love that. One could argue this is the channel of the underdogs. I think that's because we're saying things that aren't being said, that everybody knows or wants to talk about, and it's not being talked about. We're doing it here on Auto Transport Intel. We're going to keep doing it. And so it's interesting how, the Canada stuff, popular, unpopular, gets coverage. But this stuff about CD, nobody talks about that. And yet, it's very common knowledge. It's a very strange thing. Industry news. Oh, wrong button. There we go. We are on show number 228. Capture more with Black Widow Imaging. Now, Black Widow Imaging has been our friends for a while. Thank you, Black Widow Imaging. But there's new information to talk about, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Consistent images, details, throughput. It's not that it's not brand new, but it's been updated. So we're going to get the 411. They've been on, here's used car news. Black Widow Imaging unveiling 2 major advances in their high-def image camera system, allowing for 17 high-def images. 17? That's full coverage. We got you covered. Vehicle remarketing. Digital imaging company adds high-def photos and advances. Right, here's some more information about it. Black Widow on February 2nd announced 2 major advances surrounding digital cameras that document conditions in even greater detail. High-def. Customizable image backgrounds in minutes. Demand for digital automated imaging services like Black Widow have soared due to labor shortages and dramatic increase in online purchasing at auctions. Auctions are seeing increases in revenue ranging from a few $100,000s to millions by using Black Widow Imaging. And with Black Widow, the auctions have removed the CR writer from capturing beauty shots, increasing their output by 30%. We talk about the industry. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy and Tammy in Tampa, ringing the Super Chat cowbell. Thank you. Hey, what's up, Auto Ship Direct? Thanks for tuning in. So we look at the industry. There's that button again. We look at the entire industry, and this shows servicing loads for carriers, brokers, shippers, dealers, auctions, OEMs. This is one heck of a service. On ATI, back of the store, parking lot, front of the store where vehicles are sold. We're trying to wade through the confusion. And I did it. I finished. 2022 is the continuation of adaptation. There it is. It's an opera. When we say the auction is a packed house, you'll find Ty having hot dogs in lane 8. Well, what does hot dogs in lane 8 look like in 2022? Well, that is networking. We're still people networking with other people in the name of business. Look at that. This is Ty on Friday. Behind the scenes. That is so great. He's with Ricky. I think it's Ricky the mechanic. Look at this. Bang! Thank you, Super Dispatch. Move cars faster using Super Dispatch. Thanks, ATI, for rounding up all the auto transport verticals to exchange knowledge and share information. Well, thank you, Super Dispatch, for your contribution, for participating, saying hello. And can you believe this, Ben? Look at that shot. The joy, the camaraderie, and the hot dogs. It is so awesome. Here's the, if you didn't see Friday's show, Party at the Port, Ty actually gets in this vehicle. It is amazing. Wow, Ty. Traveling with Hendrick, and in the name of trailers and auctions and auto transport solutions, and meeting, here's Juan Commander Auto Transport on the move. Oh, man, it's so cool. So we have our carriers on the move. There's John at LAI. There's his trailer. Look at that. He's got all 4 on there. Look at that. Ants with the ice on the deck last week. Fast Eddie with a tractor. Making it happen. Those are the loads you want to look for when you're sniping on the load board. And then Two Bears. Got a full load. Thanks, David. And you can too. You can be a carrier on the move. Go ahead and send in the news. Here's the email address. Let's see. That. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Wait for it. There it is. Look at... Hey! There's Hendrick. He's in the... Oh, he's at America's Auto Auction. Examining the trailer. Auto auctions are life. Car hauling solutions are offer. Awesome stuff. There's the S4 by Cart Group. Another great post. This is, it's so easy. It is amazing. It really is. How long does it take to put a post together? 5-10 minutes? Do that. Do one a day. It'll change. You're really going to hit that button again. It'll change your life. Get the word out. So did I hear you right? A computer tells you when to sleep? That is such a great post. So I've been talking about this. I'm going to keep talking about it. If you post a comment on YouTube and I go to read it and I get this message and I can't read it, I apologize in advance. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. If I look over, surprised, and it says 325 people are watching, and then my software says the same thing, and then when the stream is done, it says 31, I gotta tell you, I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. But I do know this. Robert asked this morning, how come I only see 3 or 4-year-old videos from you? Well, Robert, now that is a darn good question. How pervasive is this thing? What is going on? Well, we're going to keep going anyways. Underdogs of auto transport. We got a show next Tuesday. Have you seen all the jobs that are being posted? Jobs being posted, people looking for jobs. We're doing a job show next Tuesday night. Let me know if I can help. Put it in the live chat. Just make sure you tune in. We had, what did we do? Last week, managing auto transport operations. That was awesome, too. 2 weeks ago was the top 12 auto transport load boards show. Man, here's the 12. This is the new. I mean, come on, man. I'll put you guys at number 1. Right. Ty says you'll not believe the call we're in right now. ATI seriously going global. Crazy things are happening. And let us know how we can help. Oh, did you see this? This was on the email. On the email blast, you can now scan a QR code. You don't have time to type? Your fingers are tired? Well, just scan it, dude. Get subscribed. I bet it works as an image captured and shared. Even right now, I bet it works. Go ahead and get your phones out and get your little, like when you're in Vegas and you're trying to read the menu and everybody's got their phones out staring at, really, Jay? Another time? Put in your comments. Send it to autotransportintel@gmail.com. We got the second half of the news coming up. This is how you get your car shipping business news. It is on Auto Transport Intel. You can put it up on the big screen. It's exciting. And here's what we're getting ready for. Here's what I want you to do. We have 5 new questions every Tuesday night on Are You a Car Shipping Guru? We want you to play Ask Larry. You can actually, you can get ahead of the game. Here's the questions. We give the answers Thursdays on Dispatching Live. Question 1. How long is a 2019 Honda Odyssey? 150, 180, 203, 220 inches. I'm going to have to get out my calculator, honestly. Let's see here. 203 divided by 12. 16 foot. Okay, that's not it. 150 divided by 12. 12 foot. That's 12. No. 18. 180 divided by 12. 15. Yeah. 180. There we go. I didn't really cheat. I just used a calculator. That's okay? Alright. Anybody else? Anybody else? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 15 feet, right? Going once? Party of one? Alright, I'm used to it. No problem. Here we go. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 1963 Porsche 911 from Wichita, Kansas to Sacramento, California? Is it $685, $815, $900, or $1165? Wichita to Sac? Porsche 911? 1963? I'm just going to put $1165 on this thing. I hope it's not $900. It could be. But I want $1165. Silver Mint's got $220. Auto Ship's got $203. Am I wrong? Is it not 15 feet? Shoot. Is this thing... Is it 18 feet? Has it been that long since I was a dispatcher? Dang it. I think you're right. No. What was the car? What was the car? Honda. Oh, it's a Honda Odyssey. You're right. It's 203. Dang it. I never get them all. I was moving too fast. I was thinking too fast. Doing too many things. Canceled. Question 3. What was the best-selling car in 1987? Ford Escort, Ford Taurus, Toyota Camry, Honda Accord. See, I always go with the Accord on these things. I just keep it easy. Honda Accord. Honda Accord. But you're right about the 203. I now realize my error. I was doing a sedan. I was doing a small sedan. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking Honda Accord. Always thinking Honda Accord. I wake up in the middle of the night. Honda Accord. Question 4. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 1972 VW Beetle from Corpus Christi to Frankfort, Kentucky? See, now now we're talking 15 feet. $385, $629, $40, $1290. Corpus Christi to Frankfort. Well, it's at least $940. But it's a Beetle. I'm going to go $940. It should be 12. Corpus Christi's down there. Frankfurt, it's on the interstate, I think, right? It's not too far off. Vlad's got Camry. Danny B. Hey, thanks for the Dispatch Center t-shirt. Awesome. I want one. How do you get a Dispatch Center t-shirt? Alexa, open Quotify. Going once. Twice. Thank you, Silver Mint. Always. And I like the decimals, too. You must work for a major broker. Oh, Jay. Ooh. So not incorrect. Question 5. The acronym ELDT stands for Entry-Level Driver Training, Electronic Log Database, Electronic Log Device Training, or Every Load Driver Training. Or everybody loves? Pretty popular show. Okay. Going one. I'll just share the here. I'll do this because we talk about this on DOT compliance. This is a real big thing right now. The deadline is like, what is it? Is it yesterday? Yeah, the deadline was yesterday. Here you go. There's the answer. Go check that out. And thank you, Larry. Thank you so much, SUPERFLO Systems, for putting that all together. Don't forget, you can go to ATI, become an ATI Insider. It's on autotransportintel.com. Let us know how we can help you. Here's the link. I'll tell you what, here's a couple links for you. There's that link. And if you're not yet on the podcast, you might check it out. It's kind of cool. Great way to spend the weekend. The days are warming up. Sit out on the porch, listen to some ATI. And you know what? And get your ELD punch going. Right on, because that computer's telling you when to sleep. I'll tell you what, stick around, because right after this, we got part 2 of industry news. You're not going to want to miss it.
If we can capture pictures of the car in under 10 seconds, and you can capture more of them per minute, well, then you're going to have more of those online, and you're going to have more buyers seeing them sooner, and that's going to equate to more revenue.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Do you need help staying loaded or moving a car? That's the voice of Sue. She's a fully licensed broker. She's my co-host on Dispatching Live, and she runs a busy dispatch office. Go to Murphy Auto Transport Services. Find out how she can help you stay loaded. Let's do this. It is now time for part 2 of industry news. Here we go. So we saw this shared. This is a brand new launch. Here, let's go ahead and zoom that in. RPM launches the B2C car hauling service Carvaygo. Have you heard of this? Transport your transportation with Carvaygo. So what is Carvaygo? What is this all about? So I've pulled up the press release. All right. Carvaygo, let's read the whole thing. The auto transport service allows consumers to move privately owned vehicles across the U.S. Okay, so I'm still, what is it? The car hauling business allows private customers to collect quotes, book transport, and pay to ship privately owned vehicles, POVs. And we're still, if you're in auto transport, you're still asking, what is it? I think I figured this out. Because right now, if you're POV, privately owned vehicle customer, first time shipper kind of thing, where do you go? What do? You go to Google. More than likely, you're Googling and you're just hoping, something great happens. And you're looking for cheap car shipping and all this stuff. And I think what's happening is, again, because I've read a headline like this, RPM is saying, don't Google, go to Carvaygo. So I'm imagining next we'll see what? Some commercials. I don't know. Will there be a Super Bowl commercial? I don't know. Anyways, Carvaygo, look for it. Let's see what happens. This, speaking of cheap car shipping, did you know that Domino's will give you $3 if you just go pick up your pizza instead of ordering delivery? Think about that for a second. Think about that. How is that going to apply to other forms of transportation? CDK is introducing CDK CarSource wholesale marketplace. Again, we've heard a headline like this, but it's yet another option. Digital platform integration with CDK Drive saves dealers time and money with automated used vehicle listings and low transaction fees. I wonder if they have consistent images. I wonder if they know there's a way to get those. Huh. Interesting. Texas car dealership opens book on inventory so customers can reserve exactly what they want. Stay with me. This is new. Martin Chevy Buick GMC has a spreadsheet on its website showing what vehicles are coming so customers can reserve the ones they want. Now, predominantly, it's been, you're the customer. Hey, do you have a Chevy Traverse? Maybe is the answer. Something like that. Well, they're just going to put let's just put the website live. The Texas dealership is posting posting a list of incoming vehicles online. All right, let's keep going here. Customers can browse the frequently updated spreadsheet of what's in transit. Customers can browse the dealer's spreadsheet of what's in transit, in production. Call, text, chat online, and reserve a vehicle with a refundable $1,000 deposit. From August to December, reserve vehicles accounted for 17% of the store's new vehicle sales. All right, well, that counts. increased sales team engagement, improved turn rate. At the end of January, the store had 75 in-production vehicles listed, 7 of which were reserved or had pending reservations. 21 in-transit vehicles featured, 8 of which were reserved or pending. The dealership sold more. And they were talking about it somewhere I read, like, the transporter shows up to the dealership and all the salesmen are like, that's mine. Where's my other one? You know, it's like baggage claim. Ooh, there's your commercial idea. You're welcome. More and more Americans pre-ordering new cars, and more are doing so online. I know it goes against all past information, but it's happening. It's real. And you know what? They're going to need good pictures. Wonder where they can get high-res, consistent images. I wonder where. According to industry data, there's currently only about 1 million vehicles on dealer lots, less than a third of what was considered normal this time of year. That's definitely less. Definitely confirmation of less. A dealer sues Nissan for not enough cars for a nearby store. What? A car dealer, Central Avenue Nissan, facing low new car inventory due to chip shortages, filed a lawsuit challenging the automaker's decision to open a new store nearby. Oh, yeah, no, that's... You might have something there. The suit was filed. It challenges the Japanese automaker, got to get in the description there, for approving a competing dealership nearby, even as it is unable to adequately supply inventory to existing. Can you see the car haulers like, oh, great, they're here. They're going over there. They're not coming here. Blows. The good old-fashioned piston engine is better suited for some vehicles than battery electric powertrains. Now, is it strange to see that headline? Ty thought it was strange. And they even go on. The internal combustion engine will thrive in the next 15 years. Gosh, that goes against pretty much every other headline we've been seeing for the past year. I mean, any driver or trucker will tell you that's true, but electric motors can easily deliver more torque, but battery technology is not advanced enough to enable these behemoths to travel as far in a single charge as they can drive today on a single tank of fuel. And charging times have come way down. I was watching, there was like, I saw some news video, and like an electric Winnebago can only go 120 miles before it needs to charge up, which takes 45 minutes. Can you imagine? You're in your Winnebago, you got the radio cranked and the tunes and the chips, and 120 miles later you got to wait 45 minutes to go another 120 miles. Yeah, that's not going to work out. I wouldn't even call that range anxiety. I'd call that range rage. Range rage? Is that a thing? It's going to be. No electric pickup can do this. Do what this old Ram 2500 diesel did recently. In less than 24 hours, the driver hauled 2 classic cars 567 miles from Baltimore to Detroit. There you have it. ATI comes to you live 4 times a week. Oh, I missed
The ACV transport.
What? Did I miss some live chat? Are there any direct lanes? Oh, here we go. Are there any direct lanes up there? Had to shut down, couldn't find cars. That was paying good money. Interesting, William. Need a good broker, dispatcher, and knows what they're doing. Okay. Hey, William, I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. I want you to do 2 things. Number 1, we're doing this live. First thing you want to do, I tell this to everybody, is this is the first thing you want to do. Sign up with ATI. Why? Why am I going to go sign up with ATI? All right. When you sign up with ATI, it gives you the option to stay more informed with this channel, which is all about helping you grow your business, examine what you're doing. We aren't going to tell you you're going to get rich overnight. We don't do that stuff. It's silly. We give you information. You can talk to Ty. You can set up a meeting to talk to Ty to talk about coaching of what running lane, what equipment, what's your DOT compliance, and then we have other shows throughout the week to help make sure that you're at least somewhat on track. There's no guarantees here. We don't say the word guarantee. Won't do that either. But we do go live 4 times a week. And tomorrow's show, DOT compliance, That's our Wednesday show. And we go live at noon, 30 minutes. We go from how we doing, which is proper load weight distribution on the trailer, all the way to flip of the week. We don't want you to be the flip of the week, which is why we ask how you're doing. All right. On Thursday, we have a special guest this Wednesday. We have Mark with Truck and Fitness Company. You can go to truckandfit.com, learn more about Mark. That's going to be a great show. That's tomorrow. We got Mark on the show. On Thursdays, load board search advice on Dispatching Live. We look at the load boards. We book vintage coffins or not. And this Thursday, actually, this is an oldie but a goodie. Somebody dug this up. I don't know why. Because look, this is from July 2018. Come on, man. But the dangers of trucking companies working with freight dispatchers. Well, we're going to pull this apart once again. We'll do it every time because it's easy, man. When you consider the logic of, when you consider the not logic. It actually gets me frustrated that we have to keep doing this. That we have to explain that the custodians of auto transport are not all illegal. Wow, Jay. That's like the Canadian Vax deal. Let's keep moving. But join us. Dispatch Fear-Mongering. That's Thursday. Friday, Cars on the Move. Dealers, auctions, and carriers. Friday at noon. It's like the Joe Rogan cancellation thing. Party at the Port. Party at the Port was Friday. Now, we had an awesome show. We proved that if you go somewhere and just take a look at the microcosm of the ecosystem in just that spot. Oh, man. To meet people and find out what they're doing and what part they play. That was an amazing show. Thank you, Ty. And Friday, we got Carrie with Corey Auto Dealers Exchange. That's this Friday. Man, we have a full week ahead of us. Car Conference is in March. We're going to be there. We've got a panel. I'll be moderating a panel. I got Joe, John, Jose, and Dana on the panel. We're going to talk about auto transport with the dealers, with the auctions, live on stage. April's coming. We're getting registered for Automotive Intelligence Summit in April in Raleigh. And, of course, Auto Transport Growth Conference. Here we go. Here's the link. Here we go. Live chat link happening. Well, it'll be there. It's probably already there. Auto Transport Growth Conference. Find out more about that. Ask questions. Let us know how we can help. This is Auto Transport Intel. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. Man, I'm only a few minutes late to talk to Ty. So here's what we're going to do. Right after this, I'm going to bring in Ty, and then we're going to introduce Darren. And Darren has a presentation for you. So you're going to want to see it, learn more about what Black Widow is up to. Stick around. We'll be right back. Is your current vehicle imaging process producing inconsistent images? Frustrating? Time-consuming? At the mercy of another vendor's schedule? Well, it doesn't have to be. Black Widow Imaging provides a simple system to capture high-quality images of your vehicles in seconds. Simply align the driver's side tire with the floor stripe. Stop on the floor plate to scan your vehicle code and capture the exterior images. It's that easy. It's also equipped with an interactive 360-degree interior camera option so your customers don't miss any details. The results are fast, consistent 4K images that are delivered to your website in minutes. Let us show you how easy your imaging process can be anywhere in the global supply chain. Visit blackwidowimaging.com to schedule a live demo. Capture more automotive business profit with Black Widow Imaging high-resolution 4K images for OEMs, auctions, dealers, rail, port, fleet, insurance, transportation, and more. Schedule your live demo at blackwidowimaging.com. That goes for everybody. The links are in the live chat. If you think you're the last person that needs a demo, get a demo. You'll be surprised when you watching this show, as you begin to connect all the dots, you'll start to think about how, yes, these dots are connecting with what I do too. dealers, auctions, carriers. It all connects. Brokers, dispatchers, services, etc. So thank you so much for saying hello in the live chat. We've got Ty. Oh, hey, what's up, Joe at Car Shipper? Thanks for saying hello and tuning in. Sure do appreciate it. And Will, I hope you get signed up as an ATI insider. I know Ty would really like to talk to you. And I'll tell you what, because we do this too. In case you're not sure, right? You're like, man, I don't want to sign up for another thing and get the emails and the spam and the calls. There's Ty's phone number. There it is. I put Ty's phone number in there. You can text him and say, man, I don't know what I'm doing as far as, what do you need? Do I need a dispatcher? Do you need, and here it is. There's the question. Do I need a good broker or dispatcher? We can help you figure out which one of those you need. You may or may not need both. Go to blackwidow.com. There's another encouragement. Thanks, Black Widow. All right, here we go. That's enough. Camera one. Here it is. It's time. We're bringing in our friend, our coach, Ty Thompson. Cars on the Move. Hey, Ty.
Hey, Jay. I'm really excited about tonight's show. You said something that it's really funny you even said this, because when I'm got a few minutes and I'm not on the phone, I make notes. I'd like write, or write on my journal.
Awesome.
This kind.
Awesome. Yes. Big fan.
So I was writing. Yeah, you like this one, don't you? You know this one.
Yes, I know that one.
And the pencil.
Yes.
Ooh, you've seen that.
Yes.
Anyway, I've had this happen twice. They sign up for ATI Insider. They call, and hey, thanks for signing up. Or I call them. Thanks for signing up. If there's anything I can help you with, what do you got going? Well, I was thinking about getting into car hauling. Which trailer's the best trailer? Which truck's the best trailer? What do I do? This and that. Answer a couple questions, and there's this silence, and he goes, so what's the catch? There is no catch. Yeah, I know, but what do you want? Well, I really want to make sure that you wake up alive tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for. And I'm really hoping that your finances, your spiritual life, your home life, and everything else stays intact as you get into this business or are in it and try to figure it out even more. So it leads me back to ATI, why I appreciate ATI. And I could go on literally for hours about ATI and connections. Okay. So when you sign up for ATI, Jay said, we're not asking for anything. We're happy to have you subscribe, and we're happy to have you watch. We really are. And we appreciate that. If we can help you succeed or even not get into business, that's a win for everybody. And I'm not saying we don't want you in the business. There's a better way to be in the car hauling business. So what do photos have to do with your car hauling business? I've been thinking about this a lot today. I thought we were car haulers. I thought we wanted to haul cars. Why do you guys keep talking about photos and more photos and images and capturing? And it's all you guys talk about all the time. I'm really getting tired of it. I just want to know, what's the best trailer, what's the best truck, and who's the best dispatcher, and who's the best load? Oh, okay. Let's just slow down and just think about it. The reason these photos, and we're talking about these photos so much, is because it's a super huge deal, and it will touch you. I promise it will touch you. What do you mean? Well, let's just look at the load board for a second. You want a load board? Okay, go to Central Dispatch, the world's biggest load board that causes the most problems for everybody on planet Earth. Okay, cool. And they got the most money. So go to that load board, get your load. Where did you pick the cars up at? The car or the cars? Where did you get them? At a dealership or an auction? Probably. Maybe somebody's house, maybe a Walmart parking lot, but primarily the bulk of cars that I talk about come from a dealership and an auction, and they go back and forth, and we call that wholesale, or I call that wholesale. Yeah, but why do you keep talking about photos? Okay, you guys want to hear about accountability. Everybody wants transparency. Everybody wants condition reports. Yeah, but it still doesn't have anything to do with my truck and trailer. It does. Watch. Now you take the car from the dealer to the auction. You check it in. And it might be running late. It may not. I don't know, whatever the case may be. You check it in. This car, it has a purpose. Its purpose is to get a picture, get online, so that the online buyers can buy that car. It also has a second point. It's got, if they still run cars at an auction, don't get me started on that. But assuming they still run cars through an auction, it's got to get the picture. First, got to get checked in, get the pictures, run through the auction. Somebody buys it. You come back to pick it up. There are pictures of this car. So as you leave the auction with this car, now we know how it left the auction. Ding, ding. Where's your ding, ding? Ding, ding. Right? So who did the damage? Where did the damage come from? Right? Well, we've got little pictures with our little apps in our phones and our, how we manage our loads, TMS. But my point is that there's a really big event taking place literally right now as you're watching the show. This is no joke. I call it the war of the auctions. Nobody wants to talk like that but me. Okay, fine. What do you mean war of the auctions, Ty? Well, auctions are going physical, auctions are going online. So there are some big auction houses that would prefer that nobody ever comes to the auction. Nobody? Well, somebody's got to come there and drop the crap off and pick the crap up, right? Who's that? So I'm just letting you know, photos are a very important part of your transportation business, okay? Now, we'll let the guys that do the business come in and tell us all kinds of things that also benefit dealers and auctions. But if you're watching this from a car hauler perspective, I'm the car hauler coach guy, so I just want to try to put it into context for you. These are amazing people. I've got to spend incredible amounts of time with them. I know their character, I know their integrity, and I believe in them. And I am excited about what they're doing.
Man, awesome. Awesome. And that's great. Context is everything.
Yeah.
And I love how you used a word that I really like, and that's purpose. One of the reasons we get frustrated in day to day is either we don't know the purpose or somebody doesn't understand our purpose. Because there's a purpose. It's not all just random.
You're right. This is going somewhere, guys.
This is going somewhere.
This
and
is
if
really
it's not,
happening,
and that's
really
what they,
somewhere.
yeah, or you'll say, can you get to the point? Because I need to know your purpose.
Yeah. So the photos are a big deal. They're a big deal in the auction. Dealers do this. They take cars to the auction. They say it was damaged, and they get into a fight with the auction. The auction, somehow they negotiate a deal. Okay, we'll pay for it. Well, if we have better pictures, if we have better photos, the auction can actually save. And I don't want to get into that. That's Black Widow stuff. But
well,
I'm just looking at it from
right.
the point of a car hauler guy.
Car hauler guy.
And you'll hear Jason or Darren or you'll hear somebody talk about, okay, let's take a little pressure off that car hauler guy. Now we've got the photos. We can, I don't want to do the show before the show. Stop, Ty. Okay, who's up next?
No, that was good, though. Really good. I'll tell you what, here's what we've got. Let me get those off screen. We have in the live chat, we got Hendrick at Car Group. Ringing the super chat, Cowbill. Thank you so much, Hendrick. Yeah, we had oh, there we go. Not that one. We had the S4 trailer earlier. Dude, those pics of you from Friday's show was amazing. That was a great job. And when you climbed in that 4Runner, wow.
Yeah, that was cool. But I didn't even get to talk about Seaport Services, Candy. Candy's like core ATI fan. I mean, she is, and I get to not only meet her, but I get to see her live in action. That, when I say we're going global, the things that people in our audience, our group, our core that we call them, I call them gang members. But the things that people know, wow, I had no idea. Mind blown. Wow. No, never mind. Okay. Black Widow.
Yeah, I know. Well, we always have to remember this is that our reach goes beyond what we can see.
Yeah.
Way beyond.
And rolling around in the parking lot is where it happens. Hey, did you see that post I did where everything I ever learned, I learned in the transport parking lot? That's a true story. You're going to see it in Black Widow now.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so here we go. All right, camera one. I am now going to bring in, we're bringing in Darren. Okay, so what's going to happen next is Darren. He's the COO at Black Widow Imaging. Darren is going to give us a presentation and lineup of some of what's happening And so here we go. I'm gonna bring in down. I'm gonna get. I gotta give you a drum roll. I never feel right if I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, with us now, Darren Kemper of Black Widow Imaging. Darren, can you see me and hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you and see you.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
All right, awesome. Thanks for joining us today. I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share the screen, and I have it pulled up here, where we are on slide 1, Black Widow Imaging, capture more. Will you tell us more about what is happening over at Black Widow Imaging?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jay, for having us. Yeah, we wanted to come on tonight and just tell you a little bit more about some of the exciting news we just released. Around one, we're introducing our new slogan, "Capture More." And as you click here, the "Capture More" really involves many. We got seven aspects that we're going to hit upon here in a sec. All the way from our base of consistent images, all the way from making more revenue. So starting off on the Capture More theme, we've got consistent images. Our big announcement for the week and for the first part of this year is you now get 17 uniform 4K images on every vehicle that's ran through our system. And that's 17 images within seconds, literally.
Wow.
So ease the pressure at those dealerships and at the auctions. And with those images, of course, you get the finer details for identifying damages from, was it done at the auction, or was it done by the hauler, or who knows what. But it allows the buyers and sellers at the auctions to really see the finer details of the cars before they place bids on those cars. And then next, one of the big values of Black Widow is the throughput. Getting cars processed and getting them ready for sale is one of the auctions. It's their main job for the week. They're putting on a show every week, and the faster they can process those cars and capture images, and the faster they can make their CR riders right, the better. And we're seeing auctions be able to process 30% more vehicles by using the Black Widow system. And of course, with that, we're saving the auctions money as well as dealerships money by reducing the amount of time it takes to capture those beauty shots and freeing up those CR riders. And with all that said, the next one here, we've got buyer confidence. When you have consistent images where the vehicles, you're seeing the entire vehicle every time consistently. When you're looking over hundreds and hundreds of cars at an auction sale, you're really building that trust with your buyers that you're not hiding anything, which is really important as well for on the dealer side when you're posting up photos and trying to get them up there as fast as you can. So then the next, capture more digital sales. The photos are worth 1,000 words. Online selling's at an all-time high. We're hearing, from our auction customers that they are selling at upwards of 40% at some of these auctions online, which is enormous. And, pre-COVID, over 10% was huge. And now we're at the 40% mark. So photos are ever more important. And then lastly, with all that, capture more digital sales, capture more revenue. The auctions that are running our system are seeing impressive increase in revenue, upwards of 2 to 5% increase of sales. So those are the major points that we're really talking to with our prospective customers, and you'll hear a little bit more about that later on in the show here. As we look at our industry pain points and at the auctions, you've got time constraints of getting cars processed there. You've got bottlenecks at the auctions just because the sheer volume of cars coming in. The lack of consistency in photos, and we're going to show that here in a second. And then just overall labor inefficiencies, as everybody knows, and just labor availability, really. So those are the main pain points that our system helps combat. We've got a little case study here just showing, this is an auction that is out there that, they photo 100% of the cars, but as you can see here, 100% doesn't mean it's 100% of good quality photos. So go ahead and click on the next one here. You can see that blurry photo there. This vehicle here is missing a front end. You can click on the next one. Just click on through these, Jay, and then, just consistent angles and just the sheer number of available photos. It's, you're wondering if some of these photographers that are actually trying to hide something about the car. So then, go ahead and click on the next one there. You can see where they captured the dash first, and then here you just got some really poor lighting. It makes it difficult to see what's really going on with the vehicle. I believe that's the last one there. Oh no, then we got the run list here, and you can see where there's some photos of the ground for you. Those are always nice. So, with the Black Widow system, as you look at what we provide, if you go ahead and click on the next that black button down there, we can really get the cars faster to market. Here's some numbers of an auction that's, they're missing up to 6% of their vehicles 5 p.m. the day before a sale. So as all the buyers are online the night before or afternoon before, they're still not seeing over 6% of those vehicles, and which could, be close to 100, 200 cars at some of these sites. So, and then you can see they get almost caught up by the next morning. Go ahead and click on the next slide there, Jay. So with our system here, you can get the vehicles processed faster. You can reduce that time to market. You can lower your labor costs. You get the consistent images, and you build that trust with your customers. And those are really the value of having a Black Widow system at your location. Go ahead and click on the next slide, please. And then this is the end result, is that you get consistent looking images that as a auction buyer, every car looks identical. Like, you get the same quality of photo from one vehicle to the next. And it really takes that worry away from the auction staff and management. Go ahead and click that red arrow there, and then you can see a good quality photo here of it really highlights, and you can zoom in on that damage and all that. So being transparent is what we're aiming for there. So I mentioned earlier about the 17 images announcement. Traditionally the top 7 images we have up here, those are our traditional shots, and now we are producing additional 10 images within seconds. And so we're very excited about this new capability. It's really leveraging our hard work that's been put into it over the last year for on the machine learning side to really to create these, to get these shots. So we're very excited about it, and really looking forward to having our customers get the value out of it. So if you go next, this is showing our additional images that can be captured manually. A lot of our dealers take advantage of these manual shots. So with that, you're getting, you can get over 30 images in your image set to post to your dealer website or for your auction website. All right. And then in addition to that, we also have the capability of doing interior 360s, which Jay will show off here. So you can really zoom in and get some finer detail of the interiors. So with that, as we, continue to grow, we're hearing more and more value points from our customers. And so with all the information we've been collecting, we've been able to create a value calculator that we can share and work with our the auctions to discuss, you know, the value of our system and how it can really grow their business from a revenue standpoint as well as a cost saving standpoint. And so what we're showing here is just some example numbers of, you know, an auction running 2,200 cars a month, and they've got a certain dealer percentage of cars because they either have dealer or commercial account cars, and then at a certain conversion rate and buy and sell fee. So if you, with those inputs, if you click on the next tab here, this is just a quick hypothetical, you know, if they're missing 3% of their photos, and with that, with using a Black Widow system, being able to capture another 10% of those missing cars that they would have today, and as well as just having an overall increase of on conversion percentage based on just having quality photos. You know, the incremental revenue can really add up, as we're showing up there in the upper right. So this is, you know, this is one value point, is the incremental revenue. And if you click on the next tab or the next sheet, we've got the labor savings. You got, you know, say 4 minutes a car savings from capturing the beauty shots. You know, that can equate up to almost 2,000 hours of labor savings time, and which really equates to one full-time employee that you can leverage and reallocate to do something else, which a lot of these auctions need that capability. So, so those are the real value points: is the incremental revenue and the labor savings, and be able to make your, you know, your capacity to process CRs to really increase that capacity. So go ahead and click on the next slide there. And so as you look at your value of the Black Widow system here, you can see the net value after costs and all that can really add up over time. And as your auction grows, Black Widow can be there to deliver and to meet those capacity requirements of your auction. So, and with that, that ends our little slideshow here of in introducing our Capture More initiative. So thank you very much, Jay and Ty, for having us.
Wow, that is fantastic.
A lot of information there.
Really amazing. That's an amazing presentation. Thank you so much, Darren.
You're welcome.
Oh, and Ty, let's see here. Ty, yeah, there we
You
go.
did good, Darren. It's incredible.
Ty, start with a question. I'm going to bring in Jason while we do that.
Okay, the one on the, I always like the slide, okay, but the revenue side of this, can you kind of go into a little more detail? You're talking about there's percentages of cars that come in that don't get checked in, that do get checked in, and the ones they miss, you end up with this much money?
It's absolutely amazing if when you look at these auctions and their simulcast sales, and they're prepping for their weekly sale. Some auctions do a great job, and like I mentioned, you know, they may photo 100% of their cars, but are they good quality images that are usable? And then there's also auctions that just have so much volume they're not able to keep up, and so they've got hundreds of cars missing on a simulcast sale. And so yeah, there's a there's a lot of opportunity out there for, even if those cars are bid on in lane, that they could have possibly gone for more money if they had their photos.
Right. So so you're looking at that from you're calling that like potentially lost revenue. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're missing out.
That's the lost revenue. But then you're also looking at there was part of that where you're talking about the manpower just to try to make that happen, just to miss the 6%. I mean, that's everybody on board. Everybody go, the dealers are here, go, and you're still missing.
Yes, exactly.
You're saying they still can't get it done. So how do they do it now? I mean, what am I missing?
So what the auctions are doing now without Black Widow is they are using a lot of times a handheld device and having to walk around the car and send an army out to to take photos. And when those cars come in last minute, it makes it very difficult to get those photos captured in a timely manner.
That
Then
might have been.
You'll settle
Go ahead.
for anything. The blurry whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Jason, can you see us and hear us?
I can. Can you hear me all right?
We can see you. We can hear you. Thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. We have Jason Hauk, CEO of Black Widow Imaging. Jason, how are you doing tonight?
Very well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. We're hanging out. We're having a Black Widow party.
Perfect.
I know.
There's a lot of those going on.
It's the shot of the whatever. That's what gets me. What has got to be going through the minds of the buyers and sellers when they see a list that, it's not the whole thing, but those sections of whatever. What are people thinking?
What are they thinking? I've been asking myself that for about 10 years, right? So, I don't know. I wouldn't want to buy the car that those images. I mean, how would you ever have any insight into whether you want that car or not? So, for me, I mean, I've known this for a decade. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy, but I've been able to identify that there is no consistent way of doing it without building a system that gives consistency. So, I think what's most important is that I think now everybody's realized that this was needed a long time ago. So, I'm glad it wasn't before I was dead. But people, we encourage that you try everything. We think you should, hire your cousin and your brother and, build a studio and try an app or buy an app or, buy a system or try to replicate a system, whatever. Do all that stuff and then call us when you want us to take care of the problem. So,
right, I agree with that. I mean, I'm a media guy. I'm always looking at video, and you can think of many examples where you just can't get around. Like, that's why the tripod. Here we go. I got a tripod. You know why the tripod was invented? Because we were tired of blurry whatever.
Yep.
And
So,
now every photographer has a tripod.
Innovation comes from problems. Okay, people don't want to fail. We're not afraid to fail, right? So we got out there and we worked this very hard with a lot of different people in every different climate all around the world and different scenarios: wet, dry, snow, cold, whatever. And it's proven. And we've just topped over 15 million images. We've ran over 2.4 million cars through without skipping a beat. And that's with a lot of different people using different vehicles, different types of people, different areas, different climates, you name it. So it's stood the test of time, and now it's a matter of everybody realizing that it's going to take a device to give the consistency a dealer needs. And I feel for them because the auctions that are out there, they're doing what they can, but we can try to take down a tree with an axe, or we can use a chainsaw, right? I mean, there's always going to be innovation, but it's the ones like us that take the time to realize and step back and say, you know what, there's a better way to do this. And me being me as a leader and my team, we look at stuff that my job is to make sure that I show them what's possible when everything's against us, whether it be all the odds or all the problems or all the issues. So I think we've successfully done that. And now it's fun because now everybody goes, I need your help. And you know what? We're not going to say that we called you 20 times. We're not going to say that we saw you at 16 shows. We're not going to say that we bugged the hell out of you. We're going to say, how can we help you? Yes, we get you started right now. So it's just a process. It's just human nature. People have to run the course and realize that what's needed is not necessarily what's suggested at the time. So they followed a lot of the competition follows each other, so that happens. But
yes, they do. I follow the competition. And not only have you improved the photos, but then I'm impressed. I've seen the way you look at the business over a year, over 2 years. I mean, you're looking at very large numbers when you consider the time and scope. I gotta be honest here,
I wanted to keep the conservative numbers for Darren's presentation because you wouldn't believe the real numbers. And I don't think anybody in the industry wants to get blamed for not doing their job, right? I think everybody's trying, but at the end of the day, without a tool like Black Widow, you can't grow your business in the way that's needed currently digitally. There's just no way possible. There's not. You know, I could walk to work, or I could, drive a Corvette to work, right?
Just
I mean,
get more people
There's
more
options.
cell phones.
yeah, right,
Right?
yeah, but arming more people that aren't there, that don't want to work, to go out and tackle this with a cell phone is insane, right? And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. So for me, you know, what they've tried to do, I think it was a great effort. I think there is a place for a cell phone. It's generally to talk on or send a text or, get on Facebook, right? But you can shop for a car on your phone, but that was never intended. It's not for that. If Steve Jobs was still alive, he would say it doesn't have the capacity to do that, but you can view beautiful images on there, right? So, yeah.
And you can take individual, you can go, with your cell phone, you can go in and get that odometer. But you're not going to list 100 cars with one cell phone.
No,
right?
no, yeah, they're not. I mean, everybody can go out and do one car, and try to replicate and do one good job on one car, right? Like, okay, great. But trying to do that over and over again, millions of times, it's impossible. Until us.
Well, I got a quick question, like a practical. Can you walk me through the practical? Like, okay, so you're saying you guys actually go to an auction. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter what, but you go there and you look at the layout, the inflow, the outflow, recon. I mean, just explain it. I don't know. How do you do it? What do you do?
Well,
there's a process, right?
But yeah, of course, there's a process. So we have a checklist that we come in and just see how the flow is. We're not there to criticize. We just want to see how efficient the cars are coming in, off the transport truck, through the gate, into the check-in process, whether it goes to detail or whether it goes to a CR. So we just watch. We just observe, right? Because there's some great operators out there. There are. I mean, they are hustling. This is not for a lack of effort. Nobody's getting called to the carpet here. This is just what you're missing out on, right? So once we go through that entire process of viewing it and looking at everything, we find the best spot for the actual device. After we get the best location for the device, we know the throughput of it from all of our data for the last 3 years. So we know how many we can put through, right? And the Black Widow, in a given hour, you're doing about 3 to 4 a minute, right? As safely as you can drive through. So once we have that data, then we go back and we figure, like Darren showed you, the analytics of, hey, this is what you're missing out on. This is your selfies, and this is the revenue you're missing out on. So I think the only reason why you wouldn't have a Black Widow is that you can't swallow your pride that you made the wrong choice. You have to man up and say, you know what, that wasn't the best idea. It didn't work. You know what, I'm not a failure. That just was something that didn't work, right? So at that point, they have to look themselves in the mirror and say, whether they're the owner or the general manager, say, do I want to make more money? Do I want to make my owner more money? Do I want to be more efficient? Do I want my employees to get home in time? Do I want to have less accidents? Do I want to have less issues? And some people won't swallow their pride and say, you know what? I'm not doing the best I can. I need to try this. And that's the biggest waiting game for Black Widow. We've been waiting patiently for everybody to wake up and say, you know what? I'm not doing
exactly how you feel.
So that's okay. I mean, we can wait. I'm not going to wait forever, right? But now that things have progressed to the fact that they know that they didn't make the right choice, we're welcoming everybody with welcome arms. Like, hey, you didn't understand it? Great. You need it now? Perfect. We'd love to take care of that for you. You got a headache? Cool. Black Widow Tylenol, here it comes, right? We'll ease the pains.
So perfect segue, because here we go. Camera one. Let's do this. We're going to bring in our friend Steve Gertsch from Auto Auction Montana. Because he knows Steve has a Black Widow. And he's been on the show before and he's talked about it. We're glad to have Steve back to join the party. And Steve, I threw you into the lion's den. I don't think I gave him any preparation whatsoever. Because I do that here on ATI, the Car Shipping Business Channel. I see you there, Auction Direct Bobby. Ring in the super chat cowbell. Mic check 1 2 3. Mike, is the audio okay? The audio. And look at that, Jack. Look at that. Oh man, Candy at Seaport Service in Jacksonville. We had an amazing show on Friday. Party at the port. where Ty was live with Candy and other workers. That's things. What's party at the port? Okay, Jay, we hear you party. We have these parties. When we have a party, we want to know what everybody's doing, how they're benefiting, how they're improving, what part they play in the ecosystem. That's actually why we have Steve Gertsch joining us here. Now, Steve is getting everything ready. Okay, cool. And I didn't see... Oh, Vistaga had an interesting idea. Put the camera on the wheel chock. They were talking about the undercarriage. I like how the live chat gets involved. Thank you for doing that. We always want to share ideas. Okay, here we go. Steve Gertsch in the live chat, in the Zoom room. Steve, can you see us and hear us okay?
Yep, I got you. Can you see me?
We can see you. We can hear you. What's happening, Steve?
No, not much. Just getting ready for another round at the auction. So,
right, and around it goes. What day is sale day?
Tomorrow. So Wednesday's our sale day. So Tuesday's our cram and ram day to get it all done.
Well, what are you doing here? You must be up to your eyeballs and stuff to do.
Well, thanks to the Black Widow, I'm not there doing CRs. Pictures are up. We're good.
There we go. First hand. So that Black Widow, tell us more about that, Steve. Black Widow saving you on the CRs.
Yeah, so it's huge. I mean, for us, it's been an absolute game changer. I'd recommend it to any auction, looking at ways to keep your flow going, quality pictures. I mean, it's what used to happen is our staff, I couldn't have enough staff 2 or 3 days a week. And then 2 days a week, we were looking for work for them to do just because it's really top end loaded right before the auction, all the cars coming in the day before or 48 hours before. So prior to Black Widow is we'd have our staff out there working, and I was the one that got to step in with a few other the managers to get the cars ready to go on Tuesday night if we didn't have them done. So since Black Widow, I don't have late nights doing CRs anymore. So
did you literally have everybody running around taking photos? Is that what was happening?
Yeah. Everything was a handheld, an app. And so, originally the owner, Spence Griffin, said, "Hey, I'll leave it up to you on what you want to do to develop this arm of it." Being in Montana, we knew we really needed to improve our online because we're so far away from everybody. The next nearest really city of any size is 2 hours away from us. So we knew online needed to be improved, and to do that, we definitely needed to improve the efficiency and the quality. So that's how I got involved and just kind of spearheaded the research and figuring out what we felt was best. And at the time we were all using handhelds, but as soon as you go with a handheld, it takes 30% longer just to do the pictures, and then you lack consistency. You get just people are people, and they take pictures different. So we were just trying to solve that issue, and even looked at putting in a huge booth, which the booths, they're pretty expensive, $200,000 or $300,000. And so when we found Black Widow, it was a good fit, and they came down, and we actually started it in one of our auction lanes. So we installed it in one of the lanes and drove the cars through, and it just immediately changed everything and took away the long Tuesday nights. So we love them for that, for sure.
Ty, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, well, you were asking about, so really, Steve, you were out there, and I was sitting here going, hey, I don't know Steve really, but I do know as a transport guy, I have seen Steve manager at 10 o'clock at night while I'm unloading cars, and they're driving them in and shoving them in and pictures. And so I totally understand what Steve's saying. I don't know, how big an auction are you, Steve?
So right now we run 4 lanes. With the current volume, it's down a bit just with what the nature of the beast is, but we're consistent. Like tomorrow, we're running 460 cars. So when we initially got Black Widow, we were 650 to 700. And so it was just, we just, it was impossible to keep up. And even now, just with everything going on in our world, it's, my Black Widow's never called in sick. Whereas my CR rider calls in sick every other week.
Oh, believe me. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say, Jay, is that is real. Steve's a real guy. And that really does happen. And Black Widow did fix that problem for Steve. So it's, and what's cool about, I mean, I'm like, okay, 600 cars, 800 cars, 400 cars. Really, just to see Steve, and just because I know these general manager guys at these auctions, that Steve right there that you're looking at, that's a happy man. Very happy man right now. I promise.
Well, I was saying, okay, so because scheduling, everybody knows this. You could do anything, and scheduling is a lot of work. So you had to schedule those, and you had to manage, right? Every week you had that, we need extra people. Okay, we don't need all these people. We need extra people. We don't need all these people. So you don't have to do any of that anymore. Plus, you already have structures in the lanes, whether, I don't know your facility, but I know a running lane has a roof on it. So you put the installation right there. You've already got that. Right? So you have a logical place to put it. You have a definite need. And then when you get into the numbers of what that's done for you, is it mind-boggling? Yeah,
I know for a lot, because I'm kind of a tightwad. So I looked at everything really close. If you ask Jason, he'll know. Hey,
it was tough. He was tough on us, but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah. So I looked at everything right down to the at that time before we launched, we had no idea. We had no comparison. I had man hours, and I had what I felt was not very good quality that we needed to improve. And, then, like I said, we looked at everything from turntable booths that install to a big tunnel that I knew right off a turntable wouldn't work for an auction. I didn't need another handheld solution because we already had that. And that was, it got us by, but it wasn't great. And so I was leaning towards something we could drive through, and the, Black Widow, any auction can install one of these. Like I say, we put it right. They came right down and installed it in one of our lanes, and had us up and running in a day or two. And then we just immediately so you don't even need more space. I think that's a huge thing for us, because as soon as you start putting up physical structures, your 200 or 300 grand by the time you turn around to take pictures. And that's a huge expense. And this one, what we actually did is we put it in our auction lane. The boss was building a new recon center. And so as soon as the recon center was done, he moved the recon to the new building, and he gave me the previous recon center. And so we made a call to Black Widow, and they came and took our equipment, moved it over to basically one of the wash bay lanes that was empty now. And the reason we did that is so that all the cars coming in our check-in facility in the gate, and all the cars coming from Recon Center could now all just drive through this one lane. And one Black Widow actually, it kills what we could do in a day. So it can pump out way more cars than we're pumping. So it's been really good.
I got another question. When you put that, hold on, it'll come to me. You're talking about putting it in your lane, and the car's driving through, saving the money. Oh, I know what it is. I got a question. How do you connect this? So what auction management software do you use? Was there any trouble connecting this to whatever that did? What is that?
Yeah, so we use Xera. Fast lane system through Xera is who we use, and they were able to make it work no problem. I mean, Black Widow, like you say, I mean, of all the things, because that was one of my great concerns, as soon as you go become dependent on technology, we all love technology for what it does, but if that baby goes down, I'm in real trouble. And we literally have had zero issues, none. So anytime there's an upgrade, Black Widow team works with Xera, and they get it all plugged in and working away for us. So it's been really good.
Wow, that's cool. I've always been wondering that, so thank you. I didn't know that one. That's
well,
cool.
And that's one of the things I wanted to add too. And by the way, API integration, is that API integration that's in our language? There we go. With all of the online sites, I mean, even in industry news, there was two, Carvaygo and CDK CarSource. We're going to keep seeing new initiatives. No matter the initiative, you still have a volume of vehicles. You need consistency, and you can't. I mean, you got to find a way to manage it without making yourself crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I say, for us, you nailed it on the head. One of the hardest, most difficult things guaranteed for any auction is, our auction's on Wednesday, so we are super front end heavy. So come Monday and Tuesday, we're cramming. We're to get cars, and literally you're checking in and processing a couple of hundred cars every week before in a Monday and a Tuesday. And so, like I say, prior to that, we had to staff up big time on those days. And then we were there late every night trying to get it done, and the quality wasn't there, and we were missing cars. And for us, I mean, anybody in the auction business knows this, that if you don't have photos now, photos used to be, it's nice if you have it, especially on your D-lane cars, like cheap cars, the dealer trades. But now, number one phone call I get is, hey, when my condition report going to be done? When's it from a seller? And so you got to get it dialed in, because it's going to help you sell more cars, because if you're not selling the cars, somebody else will. And right now, especially with the world we live in, he who has the iron has a successful business. So you got to be able to sell the cars. You got to be able to sell them for market value and above. The only way you do that is you got to have an online presence that people can trust, that the dealers can jump on and be happy and confident with what they're buying.
On that note, we now have, let me go to camera one. Please do help me welcome. It's his first time here on ATI, on the Car Shipping Business Channel. We have Matt Pedersen at Lake Charles Auto Auction. Because we know that with Black Widow, would it be the auction that is this is a no-brainer for the auction? Is that fair?
For sure. Absolutely.
There we go. All right, perfect. I was out on the ledge on that one, so but okay, so Matt is getting his audio and video ready, and Art had a question in the live chat. I tried to answer it. Darren, it's 17 images now. Is that right?
That is correct, yeah. Yeah, we just announced the 17 images. We are working with those providers, Xera and Auction Edge, among others, to get that all piped in, and we will have that ready soon to get it here in the next week or two. So we will have that up and running.
And I want to, and I just
want
want to say,
add. Steve Gertsch has been with us for almost 3 years now, right? So we're always evolving, right? And we don't expect these auctions to understand technology. That's our job, right? So we're not trying to necessarily sell you a new piece of equipment, but even Steve started with one of our early generations, and he's upgraded to 4K. Matt Pedersen will talk a little bit about his 4K unit that he's using for about the last 6-8 months. And now that we've launched this 17 image system, what's great about this whole thing is that we're able to do that without any added hardware, right? So we're coming to our customers now to launch new products that help them sell more cars without having to come out and change anything at this point. So the equipment does its job, but we're not in the business of trying to sell equipment. We want you to run the volume. So both these guys are going to be upgraded to that once we get all the integrations done. But that's the good part of it. We're always innovating. And it's to benefit our customers. So that's what's key.
Now joining us, thank you, Jason, we have Matt Pedersen. Matt, can you see us and hear us okay?
I can see you and I can hear you. How are you?
Perfect. Do me a favor, take it away. I'm going to find that slide of those 17 images because we have someone in the live chat that wants to see that. Matt, please say hello and tell us a little bit more about you.
All right. Thanks for having me, Jay. I appreciate it. I like your shirt tonight. I'd like to get one in the mail if you don't.
All right. Much better.
Yeah.
I look all right?
That's right. Yeah, it looks better than the other day. Yeah. But nah, just messing with you. But yeah, I'm a C. I don't have a slideshow, so I apologize for that. But you know, my dad bought that sale, Lake Charles Auto Auction in 1991, and I went to work there for him in 1995. Started in the back driving cars and worked my way up, and he brought me into the office and taught me the title work side of it. And then after 10 or 12 years became manager and ended up eventually buying him out. And it's been a pretty neat story at our place. Whenever we did that buyout in 2016, we were doing $20 million a year in revenue. And we ended last year at 157 million in revenue. So we've done a lot of growing there in the last 6 years or so. But that's enough about me.
Yeah, but it's good info. We do appreciate that. I mean, everyone has a story. We'll get the context. So, all right. So going from there, what has Black Widow done for you in your auction?
So in my opinion, I've looked at a couple different camera systems, and the Black Widow is unbelievable. It's second to none in my opinion. You know, it used to take us 3 to 4 minutes to picture a car, and it now takes us 25 seconds to picture a car. It's just amazing. They come in with the car, they register it, and 25 seconds later, the pictures are done. On to the next car. It just doesn't get any better than that, and the quality of the pictures are, like I said, second to none. You know, and one of the most important aspects of the Black Widow is the consistency. I think I've heard that word 10 or 12 times tonight, and it's true. I mean, I looked at I got on Edge Pipeline today, and I love just scrolling through and seeing that same picture over and over and over. You know, it's just something about it. And you know, we were able to take 2 employees when we got the Black Widow. I was able to take 2 employees, move them over to a different department. Instead of having to, hire 2 more outside, I just moved them over. And so the Black Widow not eliminated, but it was, 2 employees were able to go to a different department.
Yeah, I want to say something on the consistency, because we don't think about things like this. But when, as a user, consumer, human being, when we're scanning through large amounts of data, it's the consistency. If things are in order, in line, we can move faster. If we have to adjust to every different piece of data, it takes longer. It's harder to process. So there's an intangible quality of improvement, maybe hard to verbalize.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think it might have been Steve was talking about percentages. Pre-COVID, we sold 18% of our cars online. And now we've got all this stuff going on, and more people are buying online. And we're kind of in a smaller market, but now we're selling 30% of our cars online. So we sell 3,000 cars a year online. And these pictures, if I didn't have these pictures, I wouldn't be selling that many online. I promise you that. Just like tomorrow morning, I sell tomorrow too, like Steve, and we're going to have 30 or 40 cars come in tomorrow morning. Without the Black Widow, they'd have maybe 2 pictures, 2 or 3 pictures, but we can get them in and out. I mean, it's a no-brainer in my opinion,
And with a Black Widow where you bought, and then a Black Widow where you sell, now, right, you've got pictures just moving all over the place. And I think that's that's the strategy to grow. Is that right, Jason?
Absolutely. We'll grow with you. I mean, most auctions of Steve and Matt's size, which I can consider that range of about 500 a week or so. A Black Widow will tap out at about 1,200 cars per day. So, as needed, at safely driving through. So there's plenty of room to grow. There's plenty of room to expand, and we can grow with the customers as they grow their business. And I think, giving them that leverage to be able to do that and go focus on other issues, I think is a win-win for all of us.
I put together a packet the other day. I was soliciting a really good sized fleet account, and I printed out some of my pictures, and I printed out some of the pictures of where this fleet account is running now. And I FedExed it to this man, and I'll have a meeting with them next week now. I'm flying up to Dallas to meet with them, and so it's just an awesome tool. I love it.
Awesome.
It's made to make you money, and we love to hear it. So it's great.
One of the things as a transport guy that I used to really enjoy doing was getting to know the manager, the sales reps, the people checking in cars, checking out cars. And the reason I like to do that is because if I like them, the more that they succeeded, the more cars I moved. It was really a bizarre relationship, but the more I felt like they knew me and I knew them, it always seemed like Jason, I think, just said it. There is this dynamic that's kind of hard to describe or explain, but I think when you get people in a relationship that are really kind of on the same page about this growth and about getting along and making things happen, you do see this kind of joint boom. So that's a really cool story. That's all I'm saying.
Doesn't cost, it pays. That's right, man.
Pays to care about your client, your customer. That's really cool. That's a great story.
You do the right thing, everything else comes together.
So we now Tim is a close friend of ours. And so he needs no introduction. He is the melting block of ice. Tim, can you see us and hear us okay?
I'm all right. Mic check. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can see you. What's happening, Tim?
All right. Jason, Darren, what's happening? Ty, Steve, and Matt, it's good to meet you. What's going on, fellas?
We're having a big powwow about photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been in the green room. Hey, by the way, the snacks in the green room this week are amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right on.
But, earlier, I think it might have been Jason, you had a discussion about photos, and, the image, this is what came to my mind. At some point somebody said, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? I think that was I don't know who said that, somebody famous probably. But I think in 2022 and beyond, a picture is worth like 1 billion words. And here's what I mean. It can do so much more. And I think it's guys like Jason and Darren's companies like Black Widow that are pushing the envelope for both dealers and for auctions. Like, a picture does so much more now than just show you the car, right? I don't want to spill the beans on what Jason may or may not be doing, but I know that there are, things that I want to be able to see damage quickly and easily and efficiently. I want to be able to have good pictures. If I'm a dealer, so I'm going to talk from the dealer perspective, because I think that's what you have me on here for, right? If I'm a dealer,
wait a minute,
if I'm a dealer, can I take those photos and somebody, there was that one picture you had in the news today about the guy with the iPhone, he was climbing on top of the car. No, I can take photos from a product like Black Widow and go right from the auction to my website. I mean, we talk about these cars for dealers are, assets that are depreciating in normal times the minute they buy them. So kudos to Jason and his team for coming up with this product. And I'd love to hear what's next, if he could even talk about it, because the idea box is probably overflowing.
What's next is everything.
All right.
We here, at the end of the day, we're never satisfied. I hate to say it, but we've never been in competition with anybody. And we say that in confidence because we're very hard on ourselves. So what's next is we're never satisfied. We're not necessarily focused on what everybody else is doing. We're just never satisfied with perfecting what we built. So we never stop improving. And for us, to be able to grow with these auctions and provide that buyer confidence, I've been the trucker, I've been the detailer, I've been in those shoes trying to please a dealer or please an auction and get there. And, for us, the next steps that we're working on that is finished, but just as far as the integration side is that, yes, we want Matt Pedersen, Steve Gertsch, and all the others to take that photo that was bought that day and get it on the dealership's website before it's on the truck. And to me, I don't think anybody's ever been able to do that. And if you've ever strapped or loaded a car, which I've done it many a times in the snow and ice and everything else, you're trying to do everything you can to get that to that dealer that bought it, right? And you are on the clock no matter what. And so, anything that we can do to facilitate the efforts that are going on the logistics side is huge. So whether it be throughput, whether it be bottlenecks, if we can get it to the dealer faster through the internet while it's on the truck, he can have it sold before it gets there, right? Or have leads on it right away. So for us, that's the next piece. I mean, our auctions stick with us not because we've got them in a box, but because we have a good product and they like using it, and we come back and we innovate. And, having that image be shipped like that, yes, our auctions next will be monetizing the product and getting it to the dealer. And, for them, it's already an income source as far as, more revenue and more cars being ran and more throughput. But yeah, it's a tool. It doesn't cost money, it pays. It only costs you money if you don't have it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine, like, hey, if you're at an auction, you could advertise, we're a Black Widow auction, get quality photos from our sale on your website.
Yep.
Instantaneous. Like that's brilliant. Spot on. There you go, Steve and Matt.
So in industry news, the dealership opening the spreadsheet of new cars arriving at the dealership.
I just shared that. I had to share that. That was good.
What? Okay, yeah. So do they have photos? Because they just rolled off the line.
Well, they're 3D models generally.
Oh,
I mean, we've got
that'll be fine.
I'll
take that 3D model car.
52 million F-150s on the road, and then we're still showing a 3D model of it. I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they can build it in 5
seconds,
but we can't get the picture, right? So, I mean, yeah, for us, new cars, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why the car, when it leaves the line, it's not on the website and chopping 20 days off in transportation time, right? They're all going on truck or rail or whatever. Because I think our next steps for us too, attacking these new car side of things and getting them online quicker, right? Because we're selling up the supply chain. General Motors just talked about it. We're going up the supply chain that, we're not going to just have a 90-day supply on the lot, right? And Tim, being from Max Digital, you can talk about this, right? So we're selling up the supply chain, so we need a picture, right? People want to see what they're getting, right? I mean, people are demanding, like, hey, it's like Amazon. I can have the package in 2 freaking days. Why can't I have a picture of the damn car, right? I mean, we're building them in 55 seconds. Why can't I have the picture? I mean, that just seems like simple stuff. Because I think, I think something that Steve and Matt have even talked about in all of our auctions, it's like, hey, we need more inventory. So if we're able to get new car vehicles online faster with the OEM, then they're going to sell more cars, which turns into a used car, which can potentially show up at the auction. So we got to get the new cars pumping again, right? So if we can get our auctions getting more cars, we got to make new cars into used cars, right? And that's some of our other avenues that we're focused on because there is no inventory.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought about the new car side. I think you and I might have talked about that at Used Car Week.
Yep.
Did I lose you guys?
No, you're good.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
like the car rolls off the line, and before it even hits daylight.
Yep. At birth.
Yeah, at birth.
Mm-hmm.
Man, brilliant.
Photos
there you go.
Right. This isn't just a picture of an F-150. This is your F-150.
Well, we forget. People get excited about buying cars. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like their second biggest purchase, right? So it's a big deal, right? If we were buying a DeWalt drill, we can look at a stock image. That's not going to work, right? This is someone's car. They want to know what they're getting. This is an experience, right? Not just another, a person to sell a car to. So I think sometimes we lose sight of that. And I think most importantly for us, I think this whole industry's revolved around ready, shoot, aim, as I call it, right? So we were able to step back and say, you know what, ready, aim, shoot, right? So we have to step back because it's just a you're trying to please customers, you're trying to do all these things. And you auction owners can contest to this. You're doing everything you can. It's like almost trying to serve lunch all at once to hundreds of people, and you got to be able to push them through fast, you know? I don't know if you guys have Chick-fil-A where you are, but you know, they seem to pump cars through as fast as possible, get everybody served at lunch, right? So being able to deliver that, I think, is why there's a value here. And I think that's why we have the customers that we do have appreciate us. And we'll never stop improving, because when you stop improving, you die. It's a partnership. This is not just a piece of equipment. This is not just an image. It starts with an image and it ends with capturing more revenue, and anything that we can do to improve that and give their buyers confidence, we'll stop at nothing to keep improving.
You know, I've got to commend you guys on they came down and set this system up in one day. They flew down here and unpacked it, set it up, and I said, how many days y'all going to be here? Oh, we fly out at 6 o'clock. I said, do what? He said, yeah, we'll be done, you know. And the most professional, respectful, you know, just an amazing crew you got. Just wanted to say that.
No, we appreciate that. We handpick all of our guys, and it's, you know, we only want, you know, positive people that want to make a difference. I mean, it had to be tough to be able to fight the industry of the change. But you know, your team is important. As you guys know, you guys got great teams. You know, you got to have the right mindset people and a product they're passionate about. And if they love their job, you know, it's just a win. You know, I think that it's hard to find good people, and we've always are recruiting to find that right person. But we appreciate the feedback as well, because we're not perfect, and if we don't have your feedback, we can't improve. So we really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Matt, where's your auction at again? It's Matt, right?
Lake Charles.
Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Lake Charles, Louisiana. Okay, that's not too far.
I'm 30 minutes. I'm 30 minutes from the Gulf and 30 minutes from Texas, Southwest Louisiana.
What's the Lake Charles Auto Auction, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Beautiful place. You just redid everything. It's been about a year, Matt. You redid everything.
About it'll be 3 years this December.
Really?
Yeah.
God, time flies.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. It looks like a dang Lexus store to me. The Lexus auction.
Yeah, that's Louisiana's frontline league.
That's right. It's a beautiful place.
I'll try and make it that direction one on my way to Vegas. I'll swing by. How's that?
That worked.
Well, I was on both of your websites beforehand, both your guys' auctions, and the pictures looked great. I think, Matt, you had mentioned that earlier. You just scroll right through it. You know, that's the way it should look. So kudos to you guys.
So, Tim, you're saying, Tim, like, have you seen this difference, like, in real life, Tim?
What do you mean, like?
Have you been sitting at a dealership? Everybody's in that one room where they're buying all the cars, and they got 20 screens, and the dudes are sitting there and it's bidding on. It's like being at the auction, but in the office. Have you got to see, like, good pictures, bad pictures?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I mean, I think for whatever reason, car dealers are a little bit more forgiving. The real pain is with the car dealers, with the retail customer. And, you know, I imagine, Jason, you know, we've got auctions here, but I'm talking real life, the big money. I'm talking with a big dealership group right now who is struggling. We're talking 100 stores. They are struggling with their photos big time. They have huge inconsistencies, right? They're in the wrong order. There's a bad background. It's terrible lighting. And not only that, but like, you can't do the things on their photos that you can do with Black Widow imaging, right? Or, you know, latest technology like zooming in or heat mapping or showing the damage. I mean, let's face it, that's where it's going. So, you know, that's why I ask, what's next? There's so much upside for photos. There's so much pressure on the photo side of the auto industry. I don't know if a lot of people think about it, but we're living through a golden age for retail right now, but we'll eventually come back to where there's pressure on margin, and the dealers are going to have to perform better. And online merchandising is one of those things that's going to definitely have to get better. And it's tools like this that'll be helping dealers a bunch.
So, okay. So the reason I asked the question, Tim, is because of like, I'm sure you've looked at a picture, you bought the car,
Mm-hmm.
got to the lot.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even close.
Not even
Heck,
close.
no, I'm not sending this to retail, right?
Right.
I don't even want this car anymore.
Right.
So then I think about a guy like Matt. I'm like, hey, Matt, what have you seen in your arbitration department since you've had Black Widow?
Oh, it's gone down tremendously. I mean, it's a night and day difference. It really is. I mean, we used to take the 4-corner photos, and then we take with this iPad, and we zoom in on all the damage. I mean, and so with the Black Widow, you pull in there, it takes the pictures, and then the buyer looks online. He can zoom in himself and see. I mean, you can zoom all the way in, and it's unbelievable.
So you're holding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they can't. There's no way they can come back on you and say, "Hey, I didn't see this. I didn't see this dent or whatever." Well, you just didn't. You didn't do your due diligence and zoom in and look well enough, because it's there.
It puts it back on the buyer. These are the best pictures you're ever going to find. If you can find something wrong with this car and these pictures, call me. We'll definitely take care of it. Otherwise, good luck, because you're not going to find a discrepancy. That's transparency. Is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So, in arbitration, by the way, arbitration is a huge part. We've got Matt. What's his name? Jay? Matt?
Arias?
Arias,
yeah,
Matt.
Arias,
so you start talking about arbitration and rules and all the things, and then I've never known the money side of arbitration because I'm the transport guy, but I'm thinking, I mean, it's what, Matt, Steve, $1,000 minimum just to make anything happen. I mean, that's probably a good day.
Oh yeah, I mean, arbitration. If you get them wrong, so our auction, just with where we're at, we were selling a high percentage anyway. In comparison, online, of course, with COVID, it's more. But I mean, we're 44 to 48% consistently every week sold online, and we didn't shut down. So I mean, we shut down for COVID, so we've had in-lane buyers the whole time. So our online presence has been strong. And so if something's missed, I mean, it comes back and it could cost the auction several $1,000s for missed items. And so this has really, really helped, capture all that, stuff, hail damage, a bumper. I mean, anything anymore that that we get stuck with is, even with an internal body shop to help minimize costs, it's still $1,500. This Black Widow's so good with the pictures. You can see, like on some of the makes and models, they have the big panoramic sunroofs, the whole top of the vehicles of glass, and a lot of those will get broken. And it's been so good that you can see in the pictures the broken sunroof. And that saves you $2,500 if you miss one of those. So,
wow, Matt, what about your arbitration? What are you seeing?
Steve nailed it. Same thing. It's going to be down. Because where you may have missed you might have missed a whole quarter panel. You never know. You got one of your guys that's sick or something. He's just taking half-assed photos. But with this, there's no questions.
Wow.
Like those blurry photos, right? That's
Oh yeah,
that's gotta be a killer.
No dealer goes to an auction to buy a car to arbitrate it. It's the last thing they want to have to do. So
right,
yeah. That's the huge one in my world. Huh?
What'd you say, Matt?
Except that one buyer I had a couple weeks ago that he's no longer allowed.
Oh, he's that one. That one buyer.
Arbitrator Bill. Yeah. I want to say this too. So the question's been asked, and we're at the end of the show. But a car hauler wants to know, Ty. Okay, you guys are talking about Black Widow imaging. Where does the car hauler fit into this? Because the guy that's hauling 3 cars is using his phone to fill out the BOL, take the photos. That is true. But just as when the electronic bill of lading was first introduced, that went on to affect other verticals in the value chain. And these consistent images will go on to affect and help the car hauler who doesn't appear directly in the vertical at first.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to speak for Black Widow, Jason, Max, none of these guys. I'm going to tell you from a transporter. And I've been screaming this for over a year now, especially since we had Scott Kolb on, and he used this cool word. He said,
chain of custody.
Chain of custody. There's 2 words. But here's where I would love to see, and, Matt and Steve, they're friends of ours, but, Matt or Steve would be the best guy to try this with, because he has transports. He has his own transport company in the auction. So the chain of custody is it leaves I'm the used car transport guy. Do you know how many pictures I took of all the cars I hauled? 0. Ever. It's a used car. If I did it, I did it. If I didn't, I don't, right? But then you got people that really aren't that honest and really don't care about, I don't want to make sure that you're happy. I don't want to make it right. So what I would love to see is, okay, I'm an auction guy. I go to the auction. I pick the cars up. I go have somebody pull them or I pull them out. I don't have to worry about anything. If I mess up outside the auction, everybody knows I did it. It didn't happen at the auction. There's no fighting. Okay, so look at arbitration. I just asked a couple simple questions about arbitration. How's your arbitration going? Man, it's like the guy's got a whole new life. He's happy. He smiles. He stopped smoking. He lost 80 pounds. That's my new arbitration guy. He's happy. He loves life now. Well, wouldn't it be cool if I went to the auction, I picked up the cars, and as they come out, I don't have to take 4 pictures of a car in the snow, in the rain, just like the same problem that these CR guys are having, where they're taking I'm there to load and go. That's it. I don't want to play. I don't want to talk to you. Just get my stuff and gone.
Go. Yes. But as Candy
chain of custody.
But as Candy puts in the live chat, because this is what the discussion is all about. Is this. Here we go. Great photos prior to loading can hurt a car hauler if he or she doesn't offer the same or better. I'm not weighing in, I'm reading the chat.
Right. So, okay. So if it's leaving, Steve's place and it runs through the Black Widow, right? That's where some of our, after they see the value, we're having these, auctions put it in at the gate, right? So when it gets driven out the gate, it's going to get pictured right there. And there's, accountability right there. All right. That's the way it left, right? But once, an auction has one, generally they end up getting a second one at the gate just for that specific reason, right? But I think from a standpoint when the transporters as well realize that the auction is supporting them, hey, we took the pictures before it left, and they could be sent to the dealer. Well, now the pressure's off the transporter to take his time or not rush or not damage it or not get in an accident, right? Or accidentally scratch the car. So it's no different than freeing up the condition report writer to do more. Most of these car dealers have never loaded a car. Some of them don't know the difference between a spare tire and a steering wheel. So driving an 18-wheeler, 80,000 pounds, and loading up cars in the freezing cold weather, they've never done it. So, this will have the same benefits for the truckers as well. So, the more that they start asking, like, hey, I used to haul from so-and-so, but I like hauling from here because I got a Black Widow and the pictures are sent to the dealer's site. My dealer's happy. I get home in time to see my kids. I'm not freaking, running past on my DOT logs. I'm good. You know what I mean? The cars are there. I'll get there safe as I can and make sure everything's done right. So I think that's, as, Tim's asking where things are going. Yeah, we're going to service the dealer better, because if the dealer isn't selling cars and trading in cars and dealing with the consumers, there won't be a freaking auction. So, all of this will lead up through the chain. It's not just about pictures. Obviously, we talk about all the different things that we capture, but it's about who else can we help within the supply chain? And honestly, are we making runs that we don't need to make, right? If that picture can be taken and then pushed through the internet everywhere, isn't that, is that like help the carbon footprint? Maybe we don't need to truck that car to Ohio, right? Maybe somebody wants it in Nebraska. You're going in the wrong direction, right? But if we don't have images that they trust, we're making false moves, wrong moves, wearing out tires, emissions, the whole nine. So, Tim, if I haven't painted where we're going, I mean, we're going to fix this problem, okay? I don't know if anybody knows where I came from, but I came from a bucket and a sponge, scrubbing cars for some of the biggest dealerships in the Midwest, okay? And then I got the idea of getting a truck and moving those trucks and doing all that, okay? And that truck led to an accident that killed people, okay? And I lost everything. And I thought, you know what? I either give up or I'm going to fix this problem. So I've never seen much people recover from something like that, but we went from an accident trying to please a dealer and please an auction to building a system that gives visibility for every sector of this business. And we will not stop until that gets done. I'm one of the weird ones in the world that's here to change it and fix it. And I'll be damned if I'm going to keep anybody from stopping me from doing it, because it needs to be done. Our customers deserve it. Our dealers deserve it. And the consumer runs it. And wherever we got to fit in the supply chain to please them, we will do it, because that's what I'm here to do. And that's what my team's here to do. And we won't stop until we fix it, period.
I applaud your passion. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to add, because I'm seeing the live chat, clearly this is good. We're talking about this stuff, is that relying on someone else's photos other than your own could put one at risk. That's why everybody needs to be taking photos and making that stuff clear. Where that's what we're talking about, the auction arbitration. That's why we're talking about the OEM coming off the line. That's what we're talking about, the retail customer. And so, yeah, this is not a carrier, you don't have to take photos conversation anymore. But we do know that there's been times where the vehicle leaves the auction and somebody says, and I see it in the live chat, somebody says, I didn't do it. Well, if everybody has photos throughout the chain of custody, then nobody can say, I did or didn't do it. You just show them the photo. You're going to load and unload, take the photo. You're going to get it at the auction, get the photo. When you load and unload, you don't take blurry photos, right? What good is that? It's very interesting. Final thoughts? Or was that final thoughts?
I think, man, you nailed it.
Do you see that?
Show us. What is it?
You see that?
I can't. I choose to fight back and secede.
Right. But do you see what that is?
Is that a broken motorcycle?
No, that's a car.
Oh, I can't. It's
That's
all
the
glary.
semi,
I can't
it's
see
the
it.
crash.
I can't see.
Do
it. Oh,
you
it's.
see that? Do you see that wheel? That's a semi truck, right?
It's a. Okay, gotcha.
So a picture's worth 1,000 words. This is a problem, right? I know it's not a very good one, but it's from many, many years ago. But let's be honest. That was me trying to please a dealer and please an auction. Where's my cars, right? We should have Ashton Kutcher on the phone on the deal, right? Where's my car, dude? Where's my car, right?
Right.
Okay. This right here is how it started. Crash, boom, dead people, right? Scary stuff, right? Where's my cars at, man? You're hustling. You got trucks. You're doing all that, right? You know what? There's a better way to do it, and it's called through the internet with a Black Widow. Period. And then we will logistically take our time moving that car where it needs to go. I know that's scary. No people want to see stuff like that, but that's where we've came from. We've come from a problem. We're in the trench and we work with our customers until we fix this problem. And we're not afraid to fail. And that's something that I think most people don't want to fail, and they don't want to get to the bottom of it. They just want to point fingers. But we're here to fix this problem. So I encourage anybody that's having a logistic issue or a trucking issue or an OEM issue or a picture issue or a dealer issue, whatever it is, I promise you there's nobody on the planet that can ship that car faster through the internet than Black Widow. And we guarantee it.
Cool.
That's a final thought. Whoa. Good job, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
I appreciate everybody on the call as a customer and a good friend and employees. And I got a great team, and you know we're really excited about helping out. Feels good. Feels really good to help out with something that's a struggle.
That's great. Well, we thank you. You guys have been amazing. So appreciate you.
Appreciate everybody that joined us tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Jason, Steve, Matt, Tim, Ty. Thank you all
Hey,
so
we
much.
got the 2 auction owners. They could actually make the show because they didn't have to be taking pictures.
Oh,
So
let me tell you, Liv's going to get this video. There's some amazing moments in this show tonight. So I thank you all so much for your time.
thank you for taking the time, because that's what we save is time. The most valuable thing on the planet is time.
A picture is worth a billion words.
That's right. That's right. And it's bilingual anywhere in the world. As long as you
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Matt. Nice to meet you, Matt. I really would like to come by and meet you. If I get a chance, I will. But Steve, you're on my list too. So
Awesome.
Hey, if you go see Steve, they got the Captain Crunch French toast in town in Montana. It's amazing. I was hoping I could get to go back more and have some more, but the machine never breaks, so I never get to go out there. So check it out.
no. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, see you guys.
See you guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the meeting is over. Okay, so that was number one. I want to say that was an amazing show. That really was really great stuff. There was some awesome nuggets of information. And if you own an auction or you manage an auction and the inventory coming in, going out, if you're a dealer, if you're an OEM and you're listening to this, I can't imagine how you can walk away from this and not be thinking about your process and how you handle getting consistent, high quality images for all the inventory that's constantly going out and that you're trying to get the most out of. Plus, then you think about arbitration. But I want to mention this. I see it in the live chat. Okay, are we honestly saying we don't want high quality photos? That can't be. This is a channel where we're gonna examine every angle of something until we get it right, or maybe we get it wrong and then we get it right. But we can't possibly be thinking that we don't want high quality images. Now, I understand the argument about damage, and I get this. I think this is what's being said, right? What if the high quality images were when the vehicle got to the auction, everything's really high quality, and then it goes through the auction, it's being sold, and there still wasn't anything taken, and during the process of it selling, some scratches got on there. Then the car hauler takes photos, loads, got the BOL, but the car hauler didn't get all those minute scratches that happened during the sale. Right? Is this the concern? Because I think if it is, you have to ask yourself, well, when you're doing your BOL as a car hauler, what are you recording with? Are you using an Atari, or do you have, the cameras, the phones on cameras, the lenses on cameras on phones today are getting really high quality images too. So maybe the flip phone, you're right, maybe you'll have to retire the flip phone. That could be. And if you're a dealer or an auction or an OEM and you're using your flip phone to catalog your vehicles, yeah, that's probably not going to work much longer either. Because we know that more and more everything's going online. The dealers, the auctions, the OEMs, everything. And so, yeah, to manage the pictures of 4,000 vehicles every week with a phone, that sounds interesting. It's an interesting idea. But comments welcome. And if you missed this show, please put it in the comments below. And if you, yeah, again, if you're a transporter, are you going to get a Black Widow on your trailer? Oh, maybe not today. That's one of the other interesting things is it's February 2022 and things just keep on changing. Look at how much things have changed in the past 5 years. So if we got to keep having, what do they call it, half-life, double time. In another 2.5 years, there will be, I don't even know. I'm not even going to guess. But I know that it's important, and I appreciate the questions. Thank you so much for asking them. Thank you for jumping in the live chat. Thank you for your super chats tonight, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Let's get that list. So we had Mark and Ty and Chris Chamberlain, Super Dispatch, Tommy and Tammy in Tampa, Cart Group, Hendrick, Auction Direct, Bobby, Seaport Service, Candy. I want to thank ACV Auctions and SUPERFLO Systems, Murphy Auto Transport, Black Widow Imaging, I want to thank all of my guests tonight, Darren and Jason and Steve and Matt and Tim and Ty. Thank you all so much for taking the time on a Tuesday night to spend it with us and the community. What do we got going on? I told you tomorrow, DOT compliance, trucking fitness. You don't have to get the triple cheese with the biggie gulp and the giant fries every meal. Chicken sandwiches, there's salads. Let's talk about it. Let's count some calories. Let's see if we can bring that down a carb. On Thursday, we're going to talk about dispatch fear mongering. Needs to stop. Probably won't stop. We'll just keep talking about it. And then on Friday, we've got Carrie at talk about dealer, auction, inventory. We've got Carrie at Corey Auto Dealers Exchange. That's in Pennsylvania. She's going to join us live on Friday on Cars New. We've got a full week. We just got started. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We appreciate you saying hello in the live chat. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And we'll see you soon. Here comes the car hauler. Peace out, everybody.